Hey everybody, this is Story Dude, coming at you with some more of the most unexpected, unusual, and unforgiving stories out there on the internet. Let's see what's lined up for us today. Am I the a-hole for waking up neighbors every morning at 5:30? Well, my first thought is yes. I live in a small area and I walk to the gym every 5:30 in the morning. However, both of my neighbors has their dog outside their house covered by a fence. When I step outside my house, those dogs start barking like crazy, even though I never look at them directly. I guess they might be guard dogs? Well, now I don't think you're the a-hole anymore. I love how just like my first impression, it's just life will always get me, huh? Recently, my neighbor with the dogs started complaining to me that I am disrupting their sleep and making their dogs aggressive every morning. But I told him I need to go to the gym at that time and it's not my fault that the dogs are barking like crazy. It's not like I'm walking over to those dogs. I just straight walk to the direction of the gym. Am I the a-hole? Definitely not anymore. They gotta get their dogs under control. Not the a-hole. You aren't waking them up. Their dogs are. This is their problem to solve. Exactly. Thank you for putting it much better than I could. Not the a-hole. It's their dogs that are waking them up. Perhaps they should bring them inside. Either way, it's not your problem. LOL. If they want to play these games, I'd start walking out around 10, 11 as well. But I'm terrible, so. Not the a-hole. You are not waking them up. Their dogs are. They can take their dogs inside if they do not like it. I hope the comment's not saying the same thing again. Not the a-hole, of course. If they can't deal with the guard dogs doing their job, they shouldn't have guard dogs. But are they going to do if you start working shifts and come home at 2:30 every night? Well, you're the a-hole OP. You can't do that. So that one is kind of ridiculous. But it's interesting that that person had enough, self-doubt to ask the internet. I guess their neighbors must have really laid into them and made them feel like crap. Am I the a-hole for yelling at a Girl Scout mom when she pushed me to purchase cookies? I have COVID right now and was walking my dog around the apartment complex to get out a little, not expecting to come home in close contact with anyone. I got back to my door and a Girl Scout and her mom were knocking on it, so I kept my distance. Told them I live there, have COVID right now, etc. Then they gave us the cookie spiel. I politely declined, which sucked because I love shortbread, and waited for them to step aside so I could get to my door without getting too close to them. They didn't move, and the mom pressed me about buying some. Okay, whatever, it's their job, I get it. I declined again, and when she went, if you can afford to take care of a dog, then you can afford some $5 cookies. That struck a nerve, and I blew up at her, said that she was setting a terrible example for her daughter, and $5 to her isn't the same as $5 to me. That she should be able to handle rejection and set a good example for the kid. And that bringing my dog into it was super unnecessary. Backstory, in my line of work, we get paid once a month. I've been out with COVID, plus I had an emergency recently that made me have to blow my savings. So not only do I have to wait longer, but my check will be smaller too. Understood. I'm already on edge and my dog is maybe 3 cups worth of food left before I have to use my final $16 on a 15 bag for her. I can barely even feed myself and our public transport system doesn't extend to the closest food bank. I've been so stressed recently, and I just felt like being hassled over cookies was the last thing I needed, so I lost it. Your daughter didn't her daughter didn't have much of a reaction, but I feel bad for doing it in front of her. Oh, it's never good to yell at someone, but they definitely pushed you in a way that, if you keep knocking on someone's door and you keep doing it, you cannot expect a polite response after a while. And although I have a policy against yelling at people, if you're yelling at people through your own front door because it won't leave you alone, I think that it is justified to some extent. But let's see what the community has to say, because I'm sure we've got some interesting takes on this. Not the a-hole. Mom is way out of line. I've taken my daughters door to door to sell cookies. Number 1, the girls are supposed to be selling the cookies, not the parents. 2, they asked if you wanted to buy cookies. You said no. That's the end of the interaction. Exactly. 3, shall we count the number of different ways the mom breached the Girl Scout law? I have to check that out. I didn't know I guess, yeah, there would be a Girl Scout credo of sorts. And yeah, definitely sounds like the mom was not following it. Interesting. This is an easy NTA. Is there anyone who can give you a lift to the food bank? I am more concerned about your situation than a woman and kids selling cookies. There are organizations that will also help you drive you depending where you are. Exactly. I mean, this comment brings up the fact that it kind of threw me off. I was trying to read it. Is how sad the story was about. It really read like it's just like an example of the struggling Americans and how we like to present ourselves as an exceptional nation, but there are a lot of people struggling every day, and it's pretty messed up. Yeah. So that's that. Not the a-hole. Also, I have a daughter who is a Girl Scout. The girls are the ones who are supposed to be doing the asking part, and part of the sale is learning to take rejection nicely. She's setting a terrible example for her daughter, and that is not how sales are supposed to happen. Not the a-hole. You played nice, twice even. Even when you exploded, you didn't utter anything a child shouldn't hear someone say to their mother. She fucked around and you made her find out. Yeah. I hope your situation improves soon, OP. Yes. Spread the love. If you can afford to take care of a dog, then you can afford some $5 cookies. Yeah. Oh, that's just so crazy. If she can afford to waste time in front of your door for a no sale, then she can afford to stand in front of someone else's door to try again to get a sale. Not the a-hole. COVID is irrelevant. Dog existence is irrelevant. Your own financial situation is irrelevant. No is the be all end all of that end of kind of conversation. She's being a proper scummy chugger. What? I feel like I'm learning a new language here. And nobody likes a chugger. Oh no, I hate me. I hate me those chuggers. All right, well, this has been Story Dude. Thank you so much for all your support. And, I've never said this before. I'm going to try to say it. How does it work? Press the subscribe button. Thank you, and good night, everyone. Oi, oi.